Good evening, everybody. My name is Despo Haralambous, and I'm the Marketing Manager of Global Educational Services. I would like to welcome you to today's webinar hosted by Global Educational Services. The topic of our webinar is Experience Artevelde University of Applied Science, Student Life, Culture and Opportunities in Belgium. You will have the opportunity to find more about the university as a place of study, the programs on offer, how to apply, and student supports available at the university. We are happily representing in Cyprus. We are happy to have with us tonight Iris Postma, International Recruitment Coordinator at the university, with guest speaker, a current student, Anna. Before we start, we want to give some instructions running of the webinar. Right now, we have everybody, please have everybody on mute to avoid background noises that may distract you from listening to the webinar. You can also enter your questions and comments in the question box throughout the presentation. I would like to ask everybody to mute themselves and close their cameras. The presentation will run for 30 minutes, after which we will open the question and answer session. I will now ask our speaker, Iris, to start the presentation. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Iris. I work as an admissions officer for Artevelde University of Applied Sciences. During this presentation, we already mentioned the topics of today, but first I would like to introduce our team. So I just introduced myself, but I also would like to introduce Anna, which is a student from us, but is also a co-worker who works as a student job at Artevelde University of Applied Sciences. Anna, welcome to join us today. First, we would like to give you some quick facts about Artevelde University of Applied Sciences. So at the university, we have around 15,000 students. So it's a really big university in actually a very small city of Ghent. We have around 12 campuses spread around the city center. We work in 5 expertise domains, and we have around 1,400 staff members. Our university is located in the capital of East Flanders. And we have in our student city around 70,000 students. Anna is one of them. So a lot of students can join this lovely city. It's a very multicultural city and a very medieval city. You will see some pictures in one of the next slides as well. Here is where Belgium and Ghent is located. It's actually the heart of Europe. Only 35 minutes train ride from Brussels, so very close by, but also only 2 hours from Paris, 2.5 hours from Amsterdam, 2.5 hours from London. And here are some beautiful pictures of the lovely city of Ghent. I think, Anna, can you agree about the city, what it looks like?
Yes, absolutely. It's a very, very beautiful city with awesome architecture, with great buildings. Yeah, it's lovely.
Great. And a lot of nice environments, I think, a lot of drinks, nice bars to go out, hang out with friends. And
Yes.
I think a really great place to meet new people.
Yes, and it's an amazing city for students, especially because the number of students is absolutely unbelievable. Literally everywhere you go, you see students, you see people of different ages as well. So it's very diverse and intercultural.
How many nationalities did you meet?
It's hard to say. I think I met people from all over the world here.
Okay,
It's
great.
really a lot. I lost count.
Great. And here you can see a lovely view of Graslee. I think that's a really nice experience when you sit here just in summer, having some drinks before going to class or better after going to class. But I think all students will go over here.
Yes, we do.
So 3 fun facts about Belgium. Tomorrowland. We're from Belgium. Belgium is a really big festival country. I think especially during summer, like every weekend, maybe every day, even there's this festival in some place in Belgium you can go to. World Wide Web was even invented by a Belgian, which is a very interesting fact. And Belgian is not a language. Can you still see my screen? because I lost connection with my screen. My apologies for that.
We can see it, Iris.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was invented by Belgium is not the language. In Belgium, we speak actually 3 languages. So we speak Dutch, which is in the north part where we are located. Then we have French in the south part of Belgium. And then we have German in the east part. It's a very small part. We're also located in Ghent. Ghent, as I just mentioned, has around 70,000 students, a lot of museums, a wide variety of music venues, theaters, cultural centers, and as Anna just mentioned, the medieval architecture is absolutely stunning, as you can see in the picture below. It's also a city of economy and industry, which makes it very interesting. For example, students interested in, for example, logistics. You do not have to travel all the way to Rotterdam, although that's possible. But we have our own ports in Ghent, which makes it very interesting in this kind of sector. It's also a lot of business and companies, IT, all kind of sectors are located in the city center of Ghent. As I just mentioned, it's also the heart of Europe. So we have the European Parliament, Council of European Union, European Commission, Brussels Airport, Port of Antwerp. Everything is so close by. And I think especially for students interested in journalism, with the European Parliament so close by, there's always something to do. These are the 5 expertise domains that we are offering at Artevelde University of Applied Sciences. At this moment, we only offer 5 English start programs, and we have 2 programs in business and management and 3 in communication, media, and design. Anna, you're studying. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so I'm studying international business management. So it is one of the programs that is taught in English. Well, we have a variety of different courses. We have finance, we have marketing, we have HR. So it's literally everything that you can think of when you look at any business. So you get a very good basics for your career. And a big advantage of international business management is that you can indeed afterwards choose what specialization you want to go. So you're not, you don't have to stick to either of them.
Okay, great. And besides international business management, we also have international organization and management, which is actually also a business degree, but without the mathematics. So there will be a bigger focus on languages, but also on HR and IT. So within the international organization and management, students get to choose 2 expert foreign languages, and all students can choose between Dutch, French, German, Spanish, or Chinese. Very interesting, and you even get almost a B2 level by the end of the 2nd year already. Then we also offer 3 programs in the communication field. So we have international communication management, international graphic and digital media, and international journalism. All very interesting. And after graduating in one of these programs, you can switch to another program and you just will graduate in 1 more year or 1 more year and a half after. A bit about internationalization. So all students of these 5 programs, they can go abroad for an entire year if they want to. They can do first a study abroad in the first semester of the last term, and then in the last semester of the last year, they can do an internship of 3 months. And I think, Anna, you just came back from Austria, if I'm correct. How was that experience?
Yes, exactly. A month ago, actually, I came back from my exchange semester. I was studying global sales and marketing in Austria, actually in a tiny town of Steyr. I had an opportunity to do the double degree program there, which is also a possibility that is provided by Artevelde, the University of Applied Sciences. We do have some double degree programs, so it's a very interesting opportunity for us students.
And what does that mean, a double degree program?
A double degree is basically when you're studying either your exchange semester or your exchange semester and 1 semester after your graduation, and you get the second degree of another university. So yeah, afterwards you have 2 degrees, like as if you spend, let's say, 6 years of studying, you spend 3 or 3.5, depends, and you get 2 degrees.
That's great. So you will get 2 degrees after graduating from this program.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I think they will work out well. And now you're doing your internship, correct?
Yes. Now I'm doing my internship. I am doing it in Belgium because I'm already an international student, and I decided that it's enough of traveling for now. I need to save some energy for the future to explore the world. But I do have a lot of friends who did both study abroad and internship in different countries.
And what are the countries you can go to?
Anywhere. You can go in Europe, France, Spain, anywhere. You can go to North America, you can go to Latin America, you can go to Asia. One of the very popular destinations of my year was Hong Kong. Also a lot of people went to Brazil. So it's very diverse, and you have a lot of options. One girl actually went even to Australia.
Oh, wow. That's really great. Maybe we should show a map. So this is the map where students can go at this moment abroad. So as you can see, there are a lot of options where any student can go to. And I think we're still exploring for more destinations for all students. So it's possible to go for one country in the first semester to do a study abroad, and then you can do your internship. You can stay in Belgium, or you can do this in another country as well. And the good thing is you only pay our tuition fee. So you do not have to pay the tuition fee of the partner institution. Then a bit about campus life. I will start with a short video of our campus Kantienberg. This is the campus, or actually our main campus, where all students of international business management and international organization management will have classes. So it will give you a good overview.
Hoi, ik ben Jasper en ik zal jullie vandaag rondleiden op Artevelde Hogeschool, campus Kantienberg. In de mediatheek kom ik vooral voor groepswerken, maar je kan hier bijvoorbeeld ook komen om even te studeren. In de kantine kan je 's middags komen eten. Broodjes, spaghetti's, en zelfs boterkoeken 's morgens. En hier kan je veel kwijt. En na de fietsenstalling komen we aan bij standaard boekhandel. En hier moet je zijn als je een pen, een cursusblok of misschien zelfs een boek nodig hebt. En hier op het bankje achter de campus kom ik 's middags mijn frietjes eten.
Hier in de wintertuin kan je genieten van het zonnetje of een leuk spelletje pingpong spelen met je vrienden. In de aula vinden veel gastcolleges, infosessies en zelfs examens plaats. Je zal voornamelijk les krijgen in kleinere groepen en in kleinere lokalen, zoals hier links en rechts van mij. Dit is om een betere interactie te kunnen hebben tussen de docenten en de studenten, bijvoorbeeld voor taalvakken. Die grotere aulas is echt voor in grotere groepen les te krijgen.
We also have some other campuses. I would also like to show you Campus Mariakerke and a follow-up of Campus Leeuwstraat. Campus Mariakerke is for all students interested in international graphic and digital media. And in Campus Leeuwstraat, the next one, there you will have classes if you choose for international communication management and international journalism.
Hallo, ik ben Sandrine, student aan de campus Mariakerke. Je kunt hier makkelijk de campus bereiken via de bushalte of met de auto. In de mediatheek kun je de vergaderruimte afhuren, kun je workshops volgen en kun je ook nog in de boeken inspiratie opdoen. Via de ontspanningsruimte kunnen we naar het auditorium. Nu is het hier wat leeg, maar normaal gezien zijn we hier voor te eten en voor verse soep te drinken. In het auditorium hebben we ook lessen in grotere groep. Als je kiest voor de afstudeerrichting crossmediaal ontwerp, dan kom je vooral hier terecht in dit lokaal. We zijn bij het Print & Sign lokaal waar je al je posters af kunt drukken op klein of op groot formaat en op alle soorten materialen. Op onze campus hebben we ook een volledig ingerichte fotostudio.
And then our last campus is Campus Leeuwstraat.
Hallo, ik ben Marita van Iterson en ik ben een student journalistiek. En we zijn nu aangekomen aan de campus Leeuwstraat. Ik ben nu te voet gekomen, maar vele van mijn vrienden en vriendinnen komen met de bus of de trein of met de fiets. In deze aula krijgen we vakken zoals woordvoerderschap, maar ook examens vinden hier soms plaats. Hier in dit lokaal kunnen we samenwerken aan een groepswerk. En het gemakkelijke is dat we onmiddellijk feedback kunnen vragen in het coachinglokaal bij de docent. In dit lokaal hebben we algemene vakken zoals Nederlands, Frans en Engels. Dit is onze tuin en in het begin van het academiejaar hadden we hier een barbecue en het ligt er nu nog allemaal wat overhoop bij, maar als jullie komen ligt het hier spik en span. Als je studeren wilt combineren met werken of je hebt een bijzonder statuut nodig omdat je een topsporter bent, dan moet je hier zijn bij de diversiteitscoach. En als je op kot zit of je hebt geen tijd gehad om je eten klaar te maken, geen paniek, want er zijn hier tal van winkels in de buurt om eten te gaan halen. We hebben 2 supermarkten, een broodjeszaak om de hoek en we hebben zelf Indonesisch eten. We hebben niet alleen les op de Leeuwstraat, maar ook in de Kantienberg. Daar zijn we nu naar op weg, maar dat is allemaal niet zo erg, want het is echt een hele leuke, chille wandeling. Salut. Doei! Je ziet dus helemaal niet zo ver, 3 minuutjes wandelen van de Leeuwstraat. En er is hier ruim plaats om je fiets te zetten en achteraan is er zelf plaats voor je brommer. Dit is onze kantine en hier kan je niet alleen warme gerechten krijgen, maar ook koude gerechten. En sinds dit jaar hebben we een saladebar. Dit is onze volledig uitgeruste radiostudio en deze gebruiken we voor onze opdrachten. Maar je kan hier ook presentator worden van de lokale studentenradio, Radio Sam. Als je geen hart hebt voor muziek en radio, dan hebben we ook nog altijd de televisiestudio. Hier oefenen we onze presentatietechnieken en nemen we onze interviews op. Dit zijn onze montagecellen en als je helemaal niet graag monteert op je eigen laptop, geen probleem, kan je dus allemaal hier doen, zowel je audiomontages als videomontages. Als je wil werken aan opdrachten alleen of in groep, doe je dat best niet in de montagecellen, maar wel beneden in de mediatheek.
So this was a bit about the campuses, so where you will have classes, but we also have a lot of labs. So we have some diverse labs focused on a different area. And so you can discover the latest technology. So we have a media lab, we have 3ID labs and 3ID printing lab, all very interesting. And even students who would like to start their own startup and need some materials, they can print it over here and they can help from experienced guest lectures or even just lectures.
And also, if I might add, sometimes lectures integrate these labs into the courses. So last year, for example, I had a course, International Business Communication, and we were supposed to come up with a startup idea, and we were allowed to use the facilities of something that is called Fab Lab. So we could use the laser cutters, the 3D printers, and so on. So sometimes teachers are really using the facilities that are provided by the university.
Great, good to hear. Then there's also a lot of culture and sport activities. So not all studying, but you also have to relax a bit and enjoy the environment and get to know the city center. We offer a lot of sports activities. It's only for €1 per session, and you can do like basically everything. I think there's like Zumba, there's wall climbing, there's a gym, a running team, even a swimming team. I think everyone can find something they would like, and only for €1 per session. Then there's the Ghent Festival. So if you already arrive here around July, you will be able to enjoy the Ghent Festival. It's a 10 days festival in the city center of Ghent, free of charge. And I think on every corner you will have some very great theater shows, concerts. It's a very nice thing to go to. There's also a discount on culture in Ghent, so only for €5 per ticket. And you will also get some discounts with your student card in the cinema. Then housing options, where to live in Ghent. We offer some housing at Artevelde University of Applied Sciences. They're not on campus, but everything is very close by the campuses. Everything is kind of on walking or even biking distance. And here you can see some pictures of the housing options that we offer. The prices will range between €400 to even €800 per month. This depends, of course, on your own needs. So if you would like to have your own bathroom, own kitchen, it will be much more expensive than if you have a shared one with other students. And students applying through agents will have an advantage. They will have a first option of the rooms. So this is something we can offer for you. And I think, Anna, you're living in one of the houses of Artevelde. How do you experience this?
Yes, I am living at Bahaten House. It is actually in the city center. It is around 10 minutes walking to the campus Kantinberg. 15 minutes walking to campus Stropkai. It's another one for international business management and international organization management students. Now I live in a room that is 13 quadrat meters. So it's pretty small, but as a student, you don't really need much because you don't spend a lot of time in the room, actually. If you are studying, then you are most likely studying with your friends or just in the library on campus, or you just have classes on campus anyway. So I think if you are just a student, I mean, at least I don't need much more than my room to sleep. Yeah. And it's also very close to the city center. So.
Yeah, Bagattenstraat is really in the middle of the city center, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a really nice place.
Everything is walkable, everything is bikeable. Yeah, to the train station, to campus, to the city center itself, to Grassleden, what the picture that we showed you earlier. Yeah, what you can see on the background as well. Yeah, so the location is very nice.
And how many students are living in your building?
In my building, it is 57 students. But actually, my building is one of the smaller ones. For example, Savanstraat, which is nearby, literally one street across. That one is bigger. It's around 100 students there, maybe even more. Yeah, so it actually really depends on the building itself.
Okay, and I think it's a good mix, right, between Flemish students and international students.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really great. So you get to know Flemish students as well, and not only the international ones.
Yes, and also
very nice.
Thanks to the fact that you're living also with Belgian students, you can really see the cultural differences. I can tell you the first week that I was here, I really experienced the cultural differences. Yeah.
Okay, and so can you give some examples?
I love Belgium, I must say right away, and I love Belgian people. But to me, it was very funny that either on Thursdays or on Fridays, depends, Belgian students were leaving the dorm with a mini suitcase, and they were going to the station or they were picked up by the parents because they were bringing their laundry and empty containers for food back home. And then on either Sunday evening or Monday morning, they were coming back with their suitcase with already clean and washed clothes and with a bag full of food that was placed in the container. So for me, it was just very funny to see. Yeah.
Yes, it's very busy on Fridays if you take the train.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
correct. And career opportunities. Do you already have an idea what to do after graduating?
Well, I'm gonna stay at my internship company. For now, that is the plan. Yeah, and I am pretty happy with the company and with what I will be doing.
Okay, perfect. That's really good news. I just wanted to mention that around 79% of our students easily find a job right for a year and within 1 year after graduation. And as you can see, Anna is one of them. She even gets to stay at her internship company. There are actually a lot of students who get to stay at the internship company, but it's also possible, of course, to go for a master program even after graduation. This can be in Belgium or this can be abroad as well. Here we can see an example of Mila. She works for The Guardian. She works as a journalist, exploring issues, interviews, analyzing comments, writing news. So this is a possibility what you can do after graduating from international journalism. So all the skills she learned during her study, she can put it right into practice at this company. We also have a short video of Martina. She's a student of International Organization and Management, and this is something we would like to share with you as well.
My name is Martina. I'm from Italy. I'm enrolled in International Organization Management. I'm in the second year of my studies. For sure, it's an advantage to have to be faced every day with diversity. That's also why I chose this program. I mean, that was one of my favorite programs. I just love the fact that people from different backgrounds have different ideas, and maybe there's a topic you cannot come up with a solution. Some other people with different views about the world can help you in that, let's say. It just opens your mind a lot, like more than you actually can expect. Like a lot of people say it always, and I remember when I was in high school, a lot of people said that to me, and I was like, yeah, okay, I can understand, but you don't really understand when you actually do it and you actually go and live abroad. You just change completely. So you have like different views of the world and of everything actually, which is great. I think it just gives you an extra boost, let's say, for your life.
How do you experience your international your international experience here, Anna?
Well, actually,
did you change?
Well, as Martina said, it's one thing to understand the difference between cultures and to know about it, but it's completely different when you realize it and when you experience it yourself and when you see that, indeed, we are different. Well, actually, university helps at this point because the environment is very open, and we have the courses to be introduced to the cultural differences. But also, a lot of people, they get much more open to share their background and to share their culture when they're in the intercultural environment. Yeah, so it's actually, it's amazing just to see that actually, like, I mean, in my opinion, we should look at it not as differences, but as from a point of view of similarities. We're the same, actually. We just have different backgrounds, and these backgrounds is something to share and to learn from each other.
Okay, very nice. And what did your parents say when you told them you were moving abroad?
Well, actually, my parents really supported me. They really did, and they wanted me to go for the international career. But of course, they did have concerns. You're gonna be abroad, you're gonna be far. In my case, it was also COVID, so they were even more stressed about it. But Ghent is a very safe city. So at least I've never, during the almost 3 years of being in Belgium, I've never encountered a situation when I felt unsafe. In my opinion, the major reason is that because it's students. Yeah, so I really feel safe in Ghent, and this is the major factor both for me and for my parents. Because when you're alone, and you guys, if you make the decision to go to study abroad, you have to realize that first you're going to be alone. And even though you have your parents, even though you have your friends back home, the very first day, the very first steps, you'll have to make them alone. Afterwards, you're gonna make friends, and it's gonna be fun. But this is the scary step that you have to take. But it's also important that when you take this big step to your future, it's important that you feel comfortable. And in Ghent, at least I feel very comfortable doing all the steps in my career because I feel safe, both mentally, because you have support from the university, but also physically because Ghent is safe in general. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Thank you, Anna, for that. You also have gone through the admission procedure, so we'll talk a bit more about the admissions procedure before we will end this presentation. Hopefully everything went smoothly for you, Anna, with the admissions procedure.
Yes, it was perfect. I had an amazing person who was helping me with my admission procedure. Thank you, Iris, again. Yeah, so yeah, it went really well, really smooth. Yeah.
Perfect. That's very good to hear, of course. But everyone will think, no, you will have to say this, but I think everything went well with your application,
Yes,
but with most applications. But for all students will have to start an online application with us, and we will ask them to fill out some personal details like your name, address, telephone number, the studies you take or took in the past. You'll also have to upload some required documents, so a copy of your identity card or passport, your diploma of secondary and or higher education, and transcript of records. If the diploma is not in English, Dutch, Spanish, French, or German, we will also ask for a translation. If there is a national entrance examination, but I don't think we will ask this one for Cyprus, then you also have to upload this entrance examination. Then as a proof of English proficiency. And for students who will apply for a student visa, they will also have to pay the application fee of 75 euros. Here you can see an overview of the English proficiency of all the certificates that we accept. I think the most common one are the TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo tests. I think most students these days will take the Duolingo tests. This is the cheapest one because IELTS or TOEFL is around 270 euros, I think, and Duolingo is around 60 euros. So that's a really big difference, and we still accept this one as well. The deadlines are also important to mention. For non-European students who will still have to apply for a student visa, the deadline is already the 1st of May. Then the payment deadline for the tuition fee will be the end of June. We have this deadline because students will still need time to apply for the visa. Sometimes it will take only like 2 weeks to apply for a visa, but in some cases it can even take up to 3 months. It depends on how many people are working at the Belgian embassy in your country. And of course, with vacations, sometimes they are closed. The deadline for online registration for European students is the 1st of September, and the academic year will start on the 18th of September. We encourage students to arrive before the 15th of October, because if you arrive after this date, you already will miss a lot of classes. You will have to catch up everything by yourself, and it's not easy to pass anymore for some classes because you missed some tasks or group works. For IBM, so International Business Management, and IOM, or International Organization and Management, it is also possible to start in February. This will be the 1st or the 2nd week of February, and then we have the deadline for online registration by the end of January. So this is a possibility as well. So this is a bit about the admissions procedure. Now you have, I hope, a good view about Artevelde. what the university is about, how campus life is. Do you have any questions for me as an admissions officer, like about the applications procedure? Or if you have like specific questions for Anna from her point of view as a student, you're always welcome to ask. You can put everything in the chat box as well, or you can unmute yourself and ask the question right away.
Thank you, Iris. Yes, please do unmute yourself and make any question you would like to ask or any clarification you might need. Or if you prefer, you can put your question on the chat box. Okay. Iris, do you want me to read the question? We have a question, yes. What qualifications do you need from Cypriot students from private or public schools?
So all students will need to add their diploma of secondary education. I can't pronounce the exact name. I think it's Opportunitie or something like that.
Yeah.
If I'm... Yeah, so that one is sufficient to start with higher education in Belgium. This one together with the language certificates. So these are actually the only two requirements.
Excellent, thank you. Emily, is that clear? Do you need anything else? Any other clarifications? Okay. Does anybody else would like to ask something else?
Actually, in the meanwhile, I also want to share something.
Yes.
One thing that is important to know for international students is that you don't have to worry that people speak only Dutch, French, and German. In Ghent, literally everyone speaks English, so it's really not a biggie if you don't want or if you don't speak any Dutch or French. Everyone speaks English, and yeah, English is sometimes more welcomed to be spoken than Dutch. Yeah.
Right.
And also at the university. Yeah.
Fantastic. Emily, you put your camera on. Do you want to ask something?
No. Are you going to send us the presentation?
Yeah, we could share the presentation. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can do that. Please share and your emails, and we will do that. Thank you. I have another question from Emily about accommodation and whether it's a quarantine accommodation. This is
okay. So yes, it's a very good question, of course, because you want to know where to live, of course.
Yeah.
So all students can apply for accommodation between the 1st of May and the 22nd of May. All students coming through agents. So if a student applies through Global Educational Services, they will get the first choice of rooms. So we try to put everything in one of the rooms in of Artevelde. If a student do not get in of one of these rooms, we will still help them to look on the private markets. And then you still have the month of June, which is, I think, the best month to look for housing. So you still have some time to look for housing. But we try, or we do absolutely our best to put the students, if they apply through the agent, in one of the rooms of Artevelde. So they're already safe for the first year on. And then from the second year on, they can still apply for one of the rooms of Artevelde, or they can look on the private market when they have like more knowledge about interesting neighborhoods. And of course, maybe they would like to live with some friends together in a big house.
From my side, I will also add, don't procrastinate with that, because Ghent is full of students and everyone is looking for accommodation. So it's really important that you do it on time. So the earlier, the better.
Right, thank you. We don't have any other question. Does anybody else, before we finish, would like to ask something? If you want to write something in the box as well. I think everything was clear and we don't have any questions. So In such a case, then, if nobody would like to add anything, I think this will be the end of our presentation. So I would like, on behalf of Global Education Services, to express our thanks to our speaker, Iris, for presenting to us. Also a big thank to our student, to the student Anna, for sharing her student experience and taking time from her studies to be here with us and be able to speak with parents and students. We would like also to mention that the webinar is supported by the Federation of Parents Association for Secondary and Technical Education in Nicosia. Taking this opportunity also to thank them for their continued support. For any information or for applying in to Artevelde University of Applied Science, you can contact Global Education Services at 22780-250. Thanks to everybody that joined us today. We hope you found the webinar useful. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you as well for everything.
Thank you.
Good night.